Thor, Ragnarok trailer, the surprising moment it takes from the comics. It's time to visit the many times the Marvel hero has been separated from Mjolnir. For many, the most surprising moment from the first teaser trailer for Thor, Ragnarok isn't the seeming destruction of Asgard, a rampaging Hulk, or even Chris Hemsworth's Thor with short hair. It's watching Mjolnir, Thor's enchanted hammer, literally fall apart. How can Thor manage without his beloved weapon? Turns out, he's had quite a bit of practice in comic book lore. Unlike the cinematic Thor, the comic book Thor's relationship to Mjolnir has been significantly more complicated at points throughout his career. For the first 2 decades of the comic series, Thor couldn't be physically separated from his hammer for more than 60 seconds without transforming back into his human guise, Dr. Donald Blake. That enchantment was undone in 1984's The Mighty Thor number 340, in the process, essentially killing the Donald Blake persona, but a version briefly re-emerged 5 years later, when Thor number 408 split the hero's life force between himself and regular guy Eric Masterson, an arrangement that would last until 1993's Thor number 459. A third human identity, disguise, Jake Olsen, was far shorter-lived, from 1988's Thor Volume 2 number 1 through 2000's Thor Annual 2000, and again, separation from the hammer would force Thor to become human during this period. In 2014's original Sin number 8, Thor surrendered the hammer after becoming unworthy to hold it. The enchanted hammer, for those who don't remember, can only be lifted by those worthy enough to handle the power of Thor, as per Odin's bidding. That has had the unexpected result of creating 2 Thors in current Marvel comic book continuity, the original, whose name is Thor and who attempts to redeem himself, and a replacement, Jane Foster, his former girlfriend, who is able to wield the hammer, and so has taken on the power and title of Thor in the original's absence. Beyond that, Thor has dealt with the seeming destruction of Mjolnir more than once, and each time, it's always come back together when most necessary. Bad news for Cate Blanchett's Hela, although the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe might be heartened knowing this, nonetheless,